Hello everyone, welcome back to another special episode of Fauji Days. Today, we are extremely fortunate to have with us Colonel Rajvir Sharma, an infantry veteran who has served for nearly 3 decades in the Indian Army. Post-retirement, in his second innings, he is passionately driving his entrepreneurial venture, Future Army Officers Academy, with his daughter. Sir, thank you for coming to Fauji Days and we're really glad to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Sir, I'll start with my first question. You have served literally across the country from LOC and high altitude areas to the northeast to even the deserts of Rajasthan. What has been the most exciting and special part of your Fauji journey?
Mac, in fact, I feel I served in my battalion in all the fields, high altitude, mountains, whether it has gone for exercise in desert areas, line of control, CI ops. Like sometimes it so happens that battalion goes to a particular field and officer get posted out to any of the peace station.
Yes.
But somehow I always went to with my battalion in all the fields, and that was very satisfying when you carry out operations with your troops, when you really test your skills also. It has been extremely satisfying.
Wonderful, sir. So, and you belong to the Jat Regiment. So, what is it about the Jat Regiment's history, culture, and tradition that you can share with us?
See, Jat Regiment is an infantry where you have got troops who are outstanding in physical fitness. You really, not only in the field, even in the peace station, you enjoy playing games with. And you have to really good to compete with them. Because a Jat troop will not spare anyone for that matter if somebody is physically weak. वो जाके किसी गेम में आप कमजोर हैं तो वो सीओ के सामने ये कहने में दिक्कत नहीं महसूस करता साफ गड्ढा है. तो and I played almost all the games barring one or two games for my battalion till the time I was the second in command of my battalion, except in volleyball team I was not fitting because वो मेरी height match नहीं करते उनसे और मैं गड्ढा नहीं बन सकता क्योंकि मैं बाकी सभी गेम अच्छे खेलता हूँ. And in some of the games I was better than my troops also.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful. So sir, आपने इतने स्पोर्ट्स खेले हैं और मतलब एक तो हम वैसे भी बच्चों को भी यही सिखाते हैं कि स्पोर्ट्स से बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है. तो आपके मिलिट्री करियर में स्पोर्ट्स का क्या रोल था या आपने क्या ऐसा सीखा जो आप इनकॉर्पोरेट कर पाए अपनी मिलिट्री लाइफ में?
Like my sports basically came from my school, Rashtriya Indian Military School, Dholpur. And in our schools, like you tend to learn all the games almost. Correct. Every week, the game for your squad is changed. This week, if you are playing football, next week you are playing hockey.
Yeah.
And in my school, I had learned all these games: hockey, football, cricket, and you can say basketball also. But my favorite games were hockey and cricket. And both the games in 11th standard, I played for district seniors. Wow. In fact, I should have gone for the junior, but somehow the person who saw me placed me in the senior team, where people were aspiring to get selected for the states. In fact, मैं तो जिनके साथ खेल रहा था उनको अंकल बोलता था. And I was told by the Rajasthan coach that why you did not come in juniors. I was the youngest player of the tournament, but he said, like your age is not matching and that kind of skills they have got.
Correct.
Seeing the age, it was not at par to those people. They were playing very nice. But I really enjoyed getting selected for district. After joining army, troops really, they feel very nice when officer is playing with them. और वो अपने आप को उससे correlate भी करते हैं कि officer is playing with them. Of course, whenever there is a tournament, one officer will surely be part of the battalion team. But जो ज़्यादा गेम में इन्वॉल्व रहता है उससे ट्रूप्स की एक एफिलिएशन अलग तरह की होती है. They share a lot of secrets with those officers who play game with them. And game is a backbone of defense forces, especially infantry.
Correct. So we had a guest sometime back on our show, Colonel Balbir Singh, who was an hockey player, and he mentioned that जो हमारी ये lineage है, जो हम sports खेलते हैं, अब वो कहीं ना कहीं fade हो रही है क्योंकि थोड़े time पहले तक a major chunk of these sports persons, especially in hockey, were coming from the Indian Army. So do you also feel कि ये जो sports की lineage है या जो spirit है कि sport खेलना चाहिए, वो fade हो रहा है अभी?
Firstly, I agree with Colonel Balbir. Colonel Balbir is one of those person. As a cadet in IMA, he got Arjun Award. First time a cadet got a Arjun Award. And since I am also affiliated to hockey, so I remember this thing. And Colonel Balbir, to some extent, not to a great extent, I feel, yes, it is correct. Because from the day Army has got involved in CI Ops,
yes,
that has taken a lot. Sports have been affected because the commitment in CI has gone too much. It has really affected, certainly. Otherwise, there was a time when a lot of officers used to participate in sports, even at Asian Games level.
Exactly.
Somebody, I'm not able to recollect.
Even international recognition was there for us.
In our regiment, we had, I think, an Olympian officer, Brigadier Labh Singh Sitara. I think after that, I don't think some officer has gone to Olympics. Yeah, Jawans do participate. Equestrian event has given a lot of officers. Adhiraj Singh and some other also. They have done well in this.
Right.
But it has affected, especially hockey, surely. In fact, hockey has gone down because hockey needs a lot of sponsors also now. Like cricket has got a lot of sponsors.
Correct.
Even kabaddi has got sponsors. But hockey has not got. And I feel Punjab, a rich land in hockey, and so much of wealth is there.
Yes.
Why not somebody comes out from
Someone
Punjab?
needs to exploit it.
Yeah,
there's so
somebody
much
should come out
talent
from
to
Punjab
be-
to revive the hockey.
Correct.
We have got talent.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so, talking about your service, so a couple of days back, you narrated an incident where you actually did not shoot a person because you had a sense that he was a civilian and he was not a militant. And my question to you is that you are serving in such high pressure situations, where it's a split second decision कि ये करना है कि नहीं करना है. How do you train yourself to make rational decisions under pressure? Is it something that you learn, and how do you actually end up executing it in such high pressure situations?
Yes. In fact, not only once, it happened twice in my service. And every time I was correct. And I really thank my stars and the Almighty that at least He gave me a sense that otherwise it could have been an innocent and it could have been something like a murder also.
Yes, true.
I'll share this incident. And I have always, whenever I operated, and so many things, even while playing also at times, your sixth sense says you, okay, now this time we'll play this trick, pass should go like this and then goal can be scored. Even while working also, I always had faith in me and this whatever intuition or whatever sixth sense, whatever you can call it. Like I was operating in Punjab as a young captain, put in I think approximately 3 years of service. And it was the first CI Ops because my first posting was in Punch, but there we were deployed on line of control, LOC, the border with Pakistan. And CI had just started in J&K in those days. Not much of experience was there. And suddenly we came to a station Meerut, and from there, like our orders came for move to Punjab. See, we got a peace station, but in peace station we were doing the field duties.
Yes.
And I was going to Punjab for the first time in my life. Though I could correlate Punjab, their settlements, the village settlement, the house makeup, because it was as good as my village and my house. I belong to Haryana.
Yes.
I could see what can be, what things are kept in a house where also. That much of clarity was there in my mind. And one day, we had a JSU, Subedar Sher Singh. He was once out of exuberance, he tells me, "Sahab, Sher Singh Sena medal leke jayega." I said, "Sena medal lene ki sochna bahut galat hai." And whatever service I had put in, very less experience I had, but I said, "No, this is something wrong." I tried to convince him, but I think I could not succeed in that. And Sher Singh was the blue-eyed JSU of my commanding officer also. And I said, Every time, whenever I used to meet him, he was in a different company. I used to tell him, don't think of taking Sanna medal. If you prove your bravery, you may get
Anyways,
it. And even if you do not get it, be satisfied with the duties you have accomplished. And to cut short, one day, it so happened his company commander was on leave and I was sent to that company and we had to go for an ambush. And this thing I had shared with my commanding officer also. And he said, no, that JCO has got a lot of Josh, you have not understood. And we were on Sirhind Canal, we had laid an ambush. Those days, PNVDs were very new to the Fauj. And slightly when we were about to close the ambush, we could see a moment, one person coming. Sometime it appeared that he is carrying a lathi, or maybe a rifle also. I very carefully observed, but on set, Sher Singh sends me a message, Sena medal aa gaya. I said, keep quiet. And my orders were very clear. In case somebody has to fire, it will be I who will fire first, then everybody can fire. My gut feeling said, this gentleman cannot be a militant. And he cannot be an overground worker also, the way he was walking. And I had a feeling also, tomorrow if I am proved wrong, action can be taken against me also. But I was very sure, I will not kill an innocent person. Let me be very sure. And when we interrogated that person, in fact, firstly, he started shivering. पूरे शरीर से उसके पसीना निकल रहा था और तकरीबन 50-52 साल का आदमी था. He was only wearing a long, what you call kacha in Punjab, and he was having a bhala in his hand. And I asked him, आप इस टाइम कहाँ जा रहे थे? क्योंकि पंजाब में उस टाइम मूवमेंट नहीं होता था और खेतों में लोग अपना मीटर ऑन करके आ जाते थे कि अगर लाइट आ गई तो पानी जाएगा. And he could not tell me anything, but he said, साहब जी मैं तो खेत वास्ते जा रहा सी. I said, ये तो टाइम नहीं. बोला साहब वो जवान मुंडिया ने मैं नहीं भेजा, कोई पकड़ लेगा. But Sher Singh was telling कि साहब आपने गलती कर दी. I said, you keep quiet. In fact, I had to tell him that if you speak more, I will get you court martial also. Just don't disturb me. If I am wrong, I will be punished. But I asked him some question and he said, बहुत हिम्मत करके उसने बोला 80 भी एक्स सर्विसमैन है. I said, यार तूने इतनी देर से क्यों नहीं बोला? But whatever question I asked him, all answers were wrong. My gut feeling was telling he is innocent, but his answers were wrong, especially about Fauj when he is claiming he has served for 26 years. He said, I am a retired Haldar. I said, you prove it that you are ex-serviceman, I will leave you. But now onus is on you. He said, उसका गांव नजदीक था. And seeing him coming with us, उसकी मदर, उसकी वाइफ और उसका बूढ़ा बाप बड़े दहाड़ मार के रोने लग गए. मैंने उनको चुप कराया. And that lady came out with a small Fauji box और उसने खोल के ऐसे सामने डाल दिया. And it had got all the Fauji documents, the photograph of his with colleagues or some cadres he has done, and his discharge book. I said, तो तुमने मेरे सवालों का जवाब गलती किया. साहब जी ऐसी थे बस समझ ही नहीं आया सानू की करिए. Now I looked at Sher Singh. I asked him, if somebody kills you tomorrow in your village like this, see, I was feeling very nice. Whatever decision I have taken was correct. Similarly, one more incident took place, but he was also innocent. In fact, he came to meet me. कि साहब जी तुसी सानू follow किता सी डर गए. And he was a primary teacher. And slightly he got afraid. He shared with me कि मैं ना वो बाबा जी वास्ते थोड़ी पुखी थी मेरे कोल. Lot of firing, lot of operation I had done, but these were two things which I feel even much better than those operations. I grade them higher. That Almighty gave me those guts that I could take a decision on this. That's what.
Amazing, sir. I think very remarkable experiences, and I think यही चीजें shape करती हैं आपको as an officer also, you know, and that decision making ability की काम रह के सोचना. अब जैसे आप बोलते शेर सिंह आपको बार बार ही बोल रहा था कि सेना मेडल आएगा, but to make sure that he is also in check and make sure that you are thinking logically, I think is a great.
In fact, after that, my commanding officer told me that earlier he was thinking my experience is less, but he said you address all the JCOs and nothing such thing should happen. And he used to tell me that a militant may escape, though he should not, but one innocent person cannot be killed. कल को वो innocent अगर आप हो तो सोचना है, हर इंसान के पीछे एक परिवार है, हर इंसान के पीछे बीवी, बच्चे, माँ बाप, सब कुछ है. Imagine that family get destroyed, and surely you will also not be spared.
That's true. That's true. And sir, having served in such sensitive areas, आपने LOC की बात की, आपने जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में सर्व किया हुआ है, वहाँ पे so the army over there is serving in very different social and cultural context, and उस टाइम पे civilians के साथ एक relationship बनाना कि वो safe feel करे, वो बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी हो जाता है. How did you as a soldier with your peers, how did you try to make that relationship with civilians over there, जो वहाँ की local population थी, कि वो उनको ये लगे कि आप उनको बचाने के लिए हो, ना कि उनको मारने के लिए?
There are the number of things. I'll say J&K militancy and Northeast slightly. I'll try to differentiate.
Yeah.
The militants in J&K do not follow any principle, and militants in Northeast, they are highly principled than anybody who claims to be principled. They are more than that. See, when a soldier is moving with his wife and kids, कम वॉट में आप हो सकता है एक ही दुकान से दोनों एप्पल ले रहे होगे मार्केट में, बट यू विल नॉट बी फायर्ड, यू विल नॉट बी टच, बट दैट विल नॉट हैपन इन जम्मू एंड कश्मीर. Imagine the kind of honor and respect they give to women, children. It is not that side. But I followed this principle in all the insurgencies. I always address my troops. Nobody will talk to a woman or a girl, and nobody will hit an old man. If somebody has to talk to a woman or a girl, it will be me. And if somebody has to hit an old man, firstly, it will not be done. I will talk to him. And I told my commanding officer at all the times that any reports of molestation, eve teasing, anything which comes, don't hold any inquiry. If it is in my area of responsibility, it is me only, whether I have done it or not. And this principle really worked. And especially in Northeast, one incident took place, and I really felt very happy. In fact, that day I realized that what I am doing is really good for the society. They are our own people. I used to keep eye on a particular house when I was posted in Assam Rifle. His son was a militant party commander. पर वो उसकी मजबूरी है, उसका बेटा कहाँ चला गया, उसकी नहीं मानेगा. मैं उस घर पे बहुत नजर रखता था और मेरे सोर्सेज भी रखते थे. और एक दिन जब मैं पेट्रोलिंग में उस घर के पास से निकल रहा था, द ओल्ड मैन ही गेव सम इंडिकेशन लाइक आओ, and that similar bamboo machan in front of that झोपड़ी. My interpreter said कि ये कह रहा है कि आप बैठो, वेलकम. I said इनको बोलो हमारा पार्टी चाय बनाएगा, आपको पिलाएगा तो बैठेगा. He said okay, and my jawans prepared tea on his chula only, and interpreter was the mediator in conversation. And out of conversation, this 65 years old man says कि मेरा बेटा आपका बहुत तारीफ करता है, in his own language, which I don't understand. I said, why? I was surprised. He said, from the day you have come in this area, in those areas, the company commander is called the post commander. Like in my area of responsibility, I think 18 or 19 villages were there. He said, मेरा बेटा कहता है कि जब से आप इधर आया है, कोई किसी को गलत नहीं बोला है, कोई किसी की तरफ गलत देखा नहीं है, और कोई ऐसा इंसिडेंट नहीं हुआ है जिसको कि रिपोर्ट किया जा सके, और आप सबसे बहुत रिस्पेक्टफुल तरीके से इंटरेक्ट करते हैं. एंड यू व्हेन यू कैरी आउट सर्च, women, children and old men are kept on one side, and nobody talks to them even if they are carrying something.
Correct.
And this has generated so much of respect for you. He says कि वो इंडियन आर्मी हमारा दुश्मन है, लेकिन हम साहब का रिस्पेक्ट करता है कि इधर हमारा
बहुत बड़ी चीज है,
लेडीज लोग बड़ा अच्छे से इज्जत से रहता है. आई रियलाइज दैट डे कि आई थिंक व्हाटएवर प्रिंसिपल आई अडॉप्टेड, आई थिंक इट वाज गुड. And when you come to know from somebody else's mouth, you feel it that whatever you have learned, whatever your gurus, Fauji gurus or civil gurus who taught you to respect elderly people and women, that is really good, especially for our society.
Yes.
It generates a lot of goodwill. And in effect of this, I had seen in J&K, when they gave me, the villagers, they had given a farewell feast kind of thing. When people were telling, साहब फिर मिलेंगे, कब आएंगे? तो I told them, जब आर्मी इधर पोस्ट करेगा तब आएंगे, या कभी अमन हो जाएगा तो घूमने आएंगे, उससे पहले नहीं. तो oldies were telling, slightly they were whispering, अमन तो नहीं होगा. And the young generation whom we were teaching, for whom we were establishing computer centers, we were sponsoring their education. They said, sir, aman ho jayega, aapko batayega, zarur aana hai. This is the change between the two generations, which I want to tell. Youngsters, like students of 15, 17 years, that time, they may be now 25, they may be around 35 now. I think changes have started taking place. और उनकी बात मुझे याद है, ओल्डीज विस्पर कर रहे थे कि अमन नहीं होगा, और यंगस्टर कह रहे थे अमन जरूर होगा सर, और आपको बुलाएगा. वो जोर से बोल रहे थे, उनमें हिम्मत थी. Changes will come.
That's remarkable, sir. I think this is a goosebumps वाली story, that वो change अगर next generation में दिखना start हो जाए तो उससे better कोई चीज है नहीं.
आएगा. I am also positive about it. But when the local says, a person who is staying there, he has got a positive feeling about it. And that has come because of the education which Indian Army has spread over them.
Yes.
We have conducted a lot of tours also. Yeah. The tours to southern side, eastern side, to Delhi. They see what is happening in the rest of the world. जब वो दिल्ली आता है तो उसको लगता है कि yes, हिंदुस्तान
लोग इससे पीछे है नहीं अब.
Yes.
इससे पीछे नहीं है.
Because these were the people, they have not even seen Jammu. What to talk about any other place. और हमने इनके educational tour conduct किए हैं, Indian Army. And उससे सद्भावना बहुत बड़ी है. In fact, these are sadbhavna projects which Army calls.
That's yes. Wonderful, sir. Sir, and retirement के बाद you started your passion work, if I would say, your entrepreneurial venture, which is called Future Army Officers Academy. And you started with your daughter, Apurva. So a millennial is coming together with a Gen Z over here. So what drove you to actually start it? और आपको क्या लगता है कि जो आप guidance उनको दे रहे हैं बच्चों को SSB के लिए, वो कितना जरूरी है इनके examinations को clear करने में?
Yeah, I retired on 30th of September 2019. And before retirement, a lot of kids of my batchmates or anybody from my school also, my senior or junior, their relatives, they at different times, they had sent these kids to me. And barring one odd girl, everybody was repeater of 4, 5 or 6 times. Wow. And they all made it. I take pride in them. They all made it. Whosoever approached, they made it. When I retired, that time, even my wife, my batchmates, and my daughter Apurva and Konark, he is also an entrepreneur. They all said, don't go for any job. Why don't you start this academy? And Apurva is actually my co-founder. She will not like calling. That's a very proud feeling. Daughter. She says she is the co-founder. And actually she is a motivation behind it. In fact, whatever tech platform has been made, it is Apurva. Whatever media handling is by Apurva. And in fact, I always feel that had Apurva not been a support, I could not have excelled to this level. True. I know some kids would have kept trickling in. I could have guided, but not in this manner. This entire thing, the credit goes to my co-founder Apurva. And another thing happened. Like in February end of 2020, the COVID started. Yes. And the kids were only on mobile with me, those who could have come. Absolutely. And these all kids were known. कुछ ऐसे भी बच्चे थे शायद जो कभी पैदा हुए तो हम उनकी माँ को फूल देने गए थे और अब मैं उनको ट्रेन कर रहा था, लेकिन वो मोबाइल से उतना नहीं हो पा रहा था. तो अपूर्वा was a child, and imagine she was in college, but now the hostel was closed, so she was staying with us only. Yes. She created a tech platform which I could not have imagined. In fact, at time we had a tiff कि ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है, but she said I'll do it, and it worked, and it has worked very well, and our success has been good also, and I feel great about it.
Wonderful, sir. Sir, and आपके जो experiences थे in the Indian Army, serving for over 30 years now, there must have been many leadership lessons that you learned. How do you pass them on to these kids so that they become leaders and not followers?
Correct. See, army leaders, it is, you see, they are the people who handle troops, who are interested with safety and security of this nation, and safety and security of the men. They have to be all-rounder. Their IQ has to be very high. Their communication skills have to be good, whether it is English or the local language which their troops understand.
Correct.
And army requires a very straightforward, honest, dedicated, sincere people. As a leader who is physically fit, who is open-minded, and who has got clarity of thought. यही मैं बच्चों को बताता हूँ. And even I tell them कि इस दुनिया में अगर सबसे आसान टेस्ट है to become an officer in this world, it is SSB. Because you work in a correct manner, nobody can stop you. That is the beauty of SSB. There are 3 different SSS for 5 days. Nowhere 5 days interviews are there.
True.
And if you are fit, they will not let you fall back. They will put you through all the medicals, take out a merit after a month, and send you for training. Where you get 5 days, you are on the house, your boarding, lodging, everything. I feel, and same thing I pass to my cadets. Think straightforward. Be truthful. If you are truthful, half of the battle is already won. The problem is people are not truthful. Somebody, if he speaks lie, or he manipulates, or he exaggerates.
That's true.
Manipulation, telling lie, and exaggeration, they are all cousin brothers. They are from the same family, and if you involve with them, then SSB will not accept you. And of course, study, prepare, work hard. Whether it is geopolitics, whether it is about your games and sports or hobby, I think if you are in this bracket, nobody can stop you from becoming an officer. And now avenues have opened for the girls also. Avenues have opened for girls in territorial army also. And in the first batch of territorial army, we had a girl whom we trained. She is a protocol officer in Rajya Sabha, and she is a TO officer also. And NDA girls have joined from our batches. 2-3 days back, another girl has joined. She is into technical entries. And even we have got an NCO who has qualified for SCO. Haldar is going to become a lieutenant.
Wow. I think I read that story on your social media also. So it's happening. Wonderful. So army life अपने वे में fulfilling थी, और I think ये एक अपने वे में fulfilling एक journey है आपकी, the second innings as I'm talking about. So how, I mean, what do you gain the most out of it every day, teaching and...
Firstly, I am in contact of youth. Every day, every morning after having my breakfast, I am in contact with the youth and youth of entire country. There is a girl calling from Andaman Nicobar, a boy calling from Lakshadweep, very rare places. Mizoram, Sikkim Hills. And even, I will say interaction, I even learn from these people. I learn so many things from these people, and I pass it to other candidates also. And the best thing, since I'm retired, I miss my military life. I miss my uniform every day, in fact. But when these cadets, they come from academy on leave, they come with their parents, or they send their photographs, or after passing out when they send photographs, तो कहीं कहीं उनमें मुझे अपने को देखने में अच्छा लगता है. And एक और चीज मैं आपसे शेयर करता हूँ. मैंने जितने भी लोगों को ट्रेन किया है, उनमें से काफी लोग अपनी यूनिट में अपने जवानों को ट्रेन कर रहे हैं. एंड दे कीप आस्किंग माय डाउट्स कि सर ये प्रॉब्लम है, इसको कैसे करना है. तो आई फील कि अभी भी मैं फौज में ही हूँ, मुझे अच्छा लगता है.
तो बहुत जरूरी है. आई थिंक यूथ को अगर मेंटर्स आप जैसे मिल जाए तो एक डायरेक्शन मिल जाती है. काम उन्होंने खुद ही करना है, बट आई थिंक वो डायरेक्शन की जरूरत होती है, जो कई बार इतनी इम्पोर्टेंट होती है. And sir, हमारी armed forces in general में there's so many changes that are happening, you know, especially different warfare is being used, you have new technologies coming in, so there's a lot to be updated about. But still there are some underlying qualities जो आपको लगता होगा जो हर एक कैंडिडेट में होनी जरूरी है कि वो इस evolving techniques के साथ भी वो they stay up to date and they're actually able to perform. So what according to you are those underlying qualities जो आप इंस्टिल करना चाहते हो अपने चाहे जिनको आप टीच कर रहे हो या नहीं भी कर रहे, बट एज अ जनरल मैसेज आप क्या क्वालिटीज देखते हो अपने सोल्जर्स में?
I will answer in two parts.
Sure.
Firstly, lot of developments are taking place every day, whether it is warfare, weaponry, even communication system,
Exactly,
and even the intelligence system. Things are taking place. But I always feel, and what my military gurus told me, it will be the men behind the weapon who will remain important. Indian Army Jawans, Indian
that's
Army
a great
officer,
statement.
there is no match to these people. They can survive in any situation. But yes, now I come to the second part. Officer or Jawan, whatever role they have got, they have to be updated every time. Though we have got a concept of training the trainer. People who train, they also require to be trained or brushed up for their skill. And latest technology, you cannot survive in today's defense forces without being apt to the latest technology. Missiles are coming, so much of warfare, the cyber warfare is there. You have to know all these things, whether he's a Jawan or an officer. And next thing, I always feel if somebody is honest, dedicated, when a person is honest, dedicated, sincere, he will automatically become bold. Come what, his communication skills will be better, his command over his subordinates and trust of his senior will always remain there. These are the basic traits of leader. आपको अंग्रेजी बोलनी नहीं आती बहुत अच्छी तो फौज सिखा देती है आपको, but bravery, honesty, trust has to be developed.
Correct.
That is a character. I always give an example. I'll not extend much, but I see once Maharana Pratap, when he was roaming in jungles, तो उनकी बेटी के लिए एक बार रोटी बनाई थी, घास फूस मिला के, और उसको एक जंगली बिलाव लेके भाग गया. पहली बार महाराणा प्रताप टूट गए थे और उन्होंने एक चिट्ठी लिखी अकबर को अधीनता स्वीकार करने की. और जब वो चिट्ठी अकबर के दरबार में पहुंची तो पूरे दरबारी जश्न मना रहे थे, इंक्लूडिंग हिज नवरत्न्स. बट अकबर सेड, होल्ड ऑन, ये चिट्ठी राणा प्रताप लिख ही नहीं सकता. तो पीपल सेड कि इसमें उनका जो भी स्टैंप लगा है कोई निशान होगा, एंड द पर्सन हु इज कैरिंग दिस लेटर इज हिज ओन मैन. ही सेड मे बी ये चिट्ठी राणा प्रताप की नहीं हो सकती. ही सेड व्हेन दरबारी ही सेड एक बार अपना भी एक दूत भेज के देखो और राणा से पूछ के आओगी ये चिट्ठी उनकी है. एंड राणा सेड, अब राणा का फिर से वो खून उबाल खा चुका था. ही सेड अकबर को कहना जंग मैदान में मुलाकात होगी. And when that message came to Akbar, he said, ये राणा का message. That is the character of a soldier which is required. Your enemy has also got praise for you.
That's true, sir. That's very true. I think यही qualities of valor and, you know, passion and things that come from inside, you know, that come from within you are the most important for a soldier. And ये सबसे ज़्यादा उनको शायद आगे लेके जाएंगी लाइफ के अंदर. एंड सर अगर ऐसी स्टोरीज आपकी क्लासेस में आता, आई थिंक दे आर इन फॉर अ ट्रीट. वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग.
You can take it as part of military history. History always inspires us.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. Sir, as a last closing segment, we have a rapid fire. So I have very short questions for you और आपने एक word या एक sentence में उनका आंसर देना है फटाफट.
Very difficult round. Okay, I'll try to do justice with it.
Great, sir. So we'll start. What is the war cry of the Jat Regiment?
Jat Balwan Jai Bhagwan.
What is your favorite posting?
My favorite posting was Punch. First time as an officer I reached there and I learnt a lot. And I had a lot of seniors. From them I picked up a lot of positive things. And there are a lot of things to be learned from experienced Jawan also. Lieutenant has got hardly any experience. Yeah, he's passed out full of energy. But great learning.
Wonderful, sir. And what is your favorite personal weapon?
My favorite personal weapon is AK-47.
Okay, I think this we've heard the most. And what is your favorite dish to eat?
See, I am from Jat Regiment and from Haryana also. It is a churma is a famous dish.
We had General Tiny Dhillon also give this exact answer that churma is his favorite. So that's wonderful. And sir, you've played a lot of sports, but what is your favorite sport to watch?
I will not say one. Hockey and cricket both.
In cricket.
Yeah.
That's great. And do you have company at home? Do your kids also watch with you?
Actually, they do not watch much of sports with me. They are a modern 21st century kids. They have got a lot of valuable things and they always tell, Dad, isko band karo, main aapko ek ye dikhata hu." And whatever they show me, I always tell, acha hua maine cricket nahi dekha. I take a lot of pride. Their thinking is much higher. Their clarity of thought is much higher. My co-founder, I really feel, yes, why I was not the same when I was of her age.
That's very nice.
The way she guides me. In fact, she is my guide also.
Yeah. That's so nice, sir. Very nice to hear that. And sir, which is one soldier that you respect the most, probably during your tenure?
See, I served in Assam Rifle under Colonel Vijay Singh Shekhawat. He was from one para commandos. The soldierly qualities which I had seen in him, like he was ever ready for any operation. And as a commanding officer, we could never beat him in time. Like sometime I even tried wearing my dress, putting my pouches also with ammunition, magazines, keeping my AK-47 on my side, that in case there is requirement or alarm, I will reach. And let me tell you, I reached very fast. But I always found him
before you.
Before me, he was already there. And I had a feeling, कि मैं इसको कब beat कर पाऊंगा. He used to say, I'm your commanding officer, you cannot beat me. And he was a para commander. As a soldier, I have got highest respect for him.
Wonderful, sir. What a nice answer. And so my last question is, what according to you is the best thing about our armed forces?
Indian Armed Forces are the best forces in the world. They can survive on anything, or they even do not get anything, still they will survive and fight for this nation. They never complain. This is one organization, they never complain to anyone. You do not give them rations, still they will fight. You do not give them pay, still they will fight.
Yes.
Because it is in their training, it is in the blood. Nation will always remain first and always first.
Great.
They will fight for the nation.
Yeah, that's a wonderful way to end this interview. Thank you so much, sir, for being on Fauji Days. There's so much to learn from you.
I will add one more thing. And this is for the students.
Yeah.
We had learnt a very nice sentence from our teachers or maybe in some books that you aim at the mountain and you aim at the moon and you will hit the mountain. I don't believe in this. I tell my all cadets, you aim at the moon and hit the mountain very furiously. It can be better if you hit any galaxy beyond the moon also, but nothing less than that.
Yes. Very nice. Wonderful. Thank you so much again for being here.
Thanks, Mahek.
And so we are really fortunate to have people like you who have served in the armed forces and served so passionately. And I'm really glad to also see you driving your academy with your co-founder. And wish you the best with your academy. And I really hope there are many more officers that we see coming from you.
Thank you, Mahek. Thank you so much. We also keep following you, your venture and your startups. And I wish you good luck and the opportunity you have given us. We are grateful. And you have even motivated me to write a book also. And whenever I will write a book, I will surely mention about it.
I think that's the biggest compliment, sir.
Thank you so much.